What is up, people? We are back with Down the Middle. Ryan.
Nomal.
We got a new video for you today. We're talking current events in this past week. The week starting on May 1st.
May 1st. That's
May 2nd, or one of those days.
Probably Sunday.
We're talking about early May. All right? So let's just get right into it. Basically, we're just going to go over all the stuff that's happened bipartisanly. Now, the first thing, Liz Cheney is being outed as a leader in the Republican Party. She was anti-Trump. She voted for Trump's impeachment. She has come out against Trump a lot of times. Now, we have more moderate views about Donald Trump, about being fans of him and how the Republican Party should move forward with him. But Liz Cheney is anti-Trump. The Republicans' values kind of stand behind Trump as they stand right now, so they're outing her. They're voting to out her from the leadership role as we speak. Another one, Kevin McCarthy. It was a roommate of the guy who is he advises the Republican Party on how they should go about their polls and how they should. Oh, did it stop the video? Okay, so. And how they should lead the party. And he has also had a lot of ties to the Democratic Party in the past, too. I forget the guy's name, but Tucker Carlson and Kevin McCarthy had a little spout about that this week. So a little bit of diffusion in the Republican Party. Kevin McCarthy obviously being the leader. I like Kevin McCarthy a lot, so I'm not going up against him, but that's a little bit of an interesting story.
Yeah, and as you see, we're just skimming through these.
We're just trying to fire through them. Just tell you guys what's going on.
Yeah, basically tell you guys what's going on and just trying to get your opinion on it. So there's a recent statement made by the Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin that said the most urgent challenge we face in the military is COVID-19. So around, I think it was believed 26 deaths were in the military related to COVID-19.
I think 50, 26 or 50, 26, 56.
I think it's believed, yeah, it's 26.
Okay.
And then while the U.S. military, the suicide rate in the U.S. military is way higher, and also they had probably around 571.
That one was 560 deaths per year. That was what I was thinking. 571. Okay.
So, I mean, just gives you some insight of how they kind of portray COVID-19.
Yeah.
And he just got instated in January 22nd of this year. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, Biden administration.
Yeah.
So, you could see how it kind of sides with media and their kind of whole agenda about how big coronavirus is. I mean, which is, not to say that it's not big, but just more so, what are the priorities here?
Not the biggest concern for the United States military. Colombia, if you've seen videos of Colombia is in chaos right now.
Complete chaos.
People be getting shot in the streets by the government, and there's just the COVID is wrong, and just a lot of things that are going wrong in Colombia right now. It's horrible to see, and you'd like to see American intervention to kind of help them out because the videos are disgusting.
And that's like the end product that you'd see if the government has complete control over its people and restricts its rights. Yeah.
Yeah, the videos are.
Which watch the videos
completely
against.
Yeah.
So.
You have an audit in Arizona of the votes in Maricopa County, which Arizona was a blue state, very controversially. So they're doing a full forensic audit of the votes in that state. That should be happening soon. The Democrats are trying hard to shut that down. They sent 600 lawyers to Arizona to try to shut that down. So we'll see what happens with that.
Mm-hmm. So we just touched upon on the coronavirus video that we just talked about. America added 266,000 new jobs versus 1 million expected new jobs in this last month of March. I mean, not March, April, sorry. Well, I'm messing up the months. And then the $600 that's the average amount that people get for unemployment. That's around 2 times more than what people would get if they went to work. So you can obviously see why there's such a decrease in number of new jobs. Yeah. I mean, they get more of an incentive to not work and stay at home,
7 million jobs were available.
Yeah, available. And nobody wanted to pick them up. So
no one wanted them. We have a horrible case of racism against a police officer in Los Angeles. There's a very viral video that has popped up of a woman. The cop arrests her because she was recording. She was on her phone. She doesn't arrest her. She pulls her over. He's being very respectful, and she says horrible, horrible things. And this is a real danger of, like we talk about, the media making the cops pariahs and making them all seem out to be bad. And you have this horrible video of real racism and just object rudeness towards this police officer who's being very respectful to this woman, and it is disgusting to watch.
Yeah, and she says, you're a killer repeatedly, and he says, you'll never be white. So this wasn't even a white officer. I think he was a Latino.
He was Latino, yeah.
So I don't know, for some reason, she just kept on saying, you'll never be white, as if, I don't know.
It's funny,
he wants to be white.
He pulls her over because she's on her phone, and she goes, I'm not on my phone, as she's holding the camera.
Right, and then she starts yelling before he even gets out his words, ma'am, you shouldn't have your phone out while you're driving. And he didn't even say anything yet. She just keeps on calling him a killer before he says
horrible
anything.
Video. We have Joe Biden's National Day of Prayer was recently, and he forgot to mention the word God. So it doesn't matter if you're religious, if you believe in any religion, you believe in some sort of God, And in the National Day of Prayer, Joe Biden left that somewhat important word out because that's usually who we pray to. Now you have on the left the Mother's Day is today. Happy Mother's Day. We said that in the last video. The left, there were attempts to change the name of Mother's Day to Happy Birthing Persons Day, which is a weird one because men don't give birth. It just kind of seems like any type of traditional phrase that we use, anything that...
Wait, so the term is Happy Giving Birthday?
Happy Birthing Persons Day instead of Mother.
Then what happens to Happy Father's Day?
Oh, you still think that's a thing?
Nobody cares about fathers?
You think that Father's Day is a thing?
In my household,
patriarchal maniac.
Oh, sorry, the patriarchy.
So he wanted Birthing Persons Day to replace Mother's Day, which doesn't make any sense, but you guys just have fun over there on the left.
Let's make... I don't know. Then I'm just concerned about Father's Day.
Like, is it to respect the fathers who are also giving birth out there, who we don't respect as it is? The guys who are pushing those babies out? I don't know.
Okay, so then what else we have? South Carolina State. So the State House of South Carolina, they vote to include firing squad to execution methods. So that's an option if lethal injections are not available, right? So
they must be killing them. There's a lot of death row on South Carolina.
It's ridiculous.
How many lethal injections do you need?
Yeah, but also like people could just like lie, would want to, you know what I'm saying? If they want to see that, they could just say, oh yeah, we're out of lethal injections, and then the prisoner would have to choose between a firing squad and electrocution.
I don't know what that was outside. It sounds like a dying dolphin, though. So, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know nuts. How much lethal injection you need, how many people are on getting the death penalty per day in South Carolina, but now we're going to have firing squads as well. So if you'd rather just get shot a bunch, then
that's just
have
nuts.
That option. Speaking of South Carolina, Tim Scott, one of our favorite people, he was called a racist by someone on the left, a politician on the left, I don't know the position, and he was called a racist, and the person on the left decided to step down because they were wrong in calling Tim Scott a racist for his rebuttal. The Democrat Party won't let him step down. They're refusing his...
resignation?
Yeah, they did not accept the resignation. So that's just, I mean, this guy said something racist. He said, I said something racist, let me step down because racism is bad. But then the left said, no, stay in your position. We like this racism. It's weird. It's just a weird situation that's going on there.
Yeah.
You have no more dancing in weddings in Illinois and Minnesota. So you can get married, you can consummate the marriage after, but don't dance. Social distance during all of it, and wear your mask.
And no smiling.
No smiling either. Don't get up and dance, or you don't.
No
even
standing,
know.
No sitting, no breathing, no living, no dying.
But you can get married though.
You ever see that video? That does the exact same thing. They just can't do anything.
What you got?
So there was a recent shooting in Times Square in New York City. It injured 2 women and then a 4-year-old girl. I don't even know out of the last time someone shot in a crowd.
What were the ages?
So I don't know the age of the 2 women. They were adults, of course. But there's a 4-year-old girl also in there.
I heard that a homicide for a month-old girl in New York yesterday night in the news. Not the same case, but there was a
Times
baby.
Square?
Yeah, no, not in Times Square.
Oh, okay.
New York though.
Oh, I mean,
an infant who was killed
in New York all the time.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But in Times Square though, that's huge. Like everybody's in Times Square.
That used to be.
Yeah. Do you have more?
What do I got? We have a pipeline cyber attack for one of America's biggest pipelines that runs from Texas to New York and delivers 45% of our fuel supplies. And there was a cyber attack. We're still hearing about it, but people are saying that this is a foreign cyber attack to disrupt our economy. Oh, definitely Russia. Putin, he's over there. He's scheming. Or it could be those other guys.
It could be Russia or China.
Now, it's just saying it could also be anything. This is very early, but we're working it out now. And 45% of our fuel supplies affected by the cyber attack. Yeah, so that's a dangerous thing.
So I want to talk about Leto Lee. So he was on death row in Arkansas. He was executed by lethal injection in 2017. And then he was on death row for 22 years.
Wow.
A long time. Then 4 years later, so this year, they did a DNA test on the murder weapon, and it turns out that he was not the killer. And also, that weapon, the murder weapon, was not previously tested at all. And so I was just reading up on it, and then, because I read up a lot of cases like this. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Innocence Project.
No, I have not.
So it's basically it's just a couple individuals that are helping out people that are on death row and that were wrongly convicted, and they've helped a lot of people get out of death row. But basically, I was reading an article where the Supreme Court, I think ruled in around 2009, say that a prisoner does not have the right to test DNA of the murder weapon even if they pay for it,
Yeah,
which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
And just like a lot of people are being failed by justice system just according to that rule.
It's like getting vaccinated and wearing a mask.
Yeah, and I think it just has a lot to do with like keeping incarceration numbers up.
Yeah.
And we have the largest incarceration in terms of
In the world,
population
yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely touch up on that on a different video because that's definitely a good subject to talk about. But it's just sad to see that, especially after he's been killed.
Scary thing. We've got Donald Trump starts up his new platform, which he can communicate with his followers from the desk of Donald Trump, is what it's called. He's still permanently banned from all social media. Facebook announced this week that he is permanently banned from Facebook. China launched something into the sky that fell back to Earth, and there was a chance it was going to hit civilization, but it landed near the Maldives in the ocean. The Maldives is a beautiful place. Probably people vacationing, and they saw this giant Chinese rocket fall into the ocean. It must be horrible. But
it took like
4 days,
4 or 5 days to get from the space. Yeah, like that's just scary. Like the anticipation.
Let the Chinese know that if they're going to launch that stuff up there, you got to be careful on where it lands.
Yeah.
But there's no repercussions for China, so that's okay. That's okay. That's kind of scary though. Kind of scary.
Yeah, and then there was a petition filed with the Supreme Court challenging the constitutionality of having a men-only draft for the military. And then Biden, I think, recently spoke up about it, saying that he was trying to convince the Supreme Court to let the Congress handle that in terms of the constitutionality. So I'm not really sure why he did, why he even did that. But if you look at it, the Congress is more left leaning currently, and the Supreme Court is right leaning currently. Yeah. And I mean, I guess you can make your decision based off of that, right?
I mean, if we even need a draft, people are joining the military less. People are in worse shape now, and the military is treating certain people from different political aisles differently. It's just scary time. So the idea of a draft was very foreign years ago.
And I forgot to mention that the draft talks were due to a recent, I think, report by the Pentagon stating that they believe that they don't have enough volunteers in the military for upcoming escapades, I guess. So
I mean, I heard that those guys over there, they got a lot of people and they really spend all their money on the military. So that's not something America is doing right now. And so if the draft is a scary thing. I would hope, as someone who under my own volition joined the military, I hope it never comes to that. But if it needs to, it needs to. I'm done. I told you everything you need to know.
Pretty much it for me.
Tell them everything you need to know too.
Yep.
That's all. Don't go on any. No, I'm kidding. Do your own research too. But this is everything we found.
Pretend that we just lied to you.
Yeah.
Literally, seriously. But like we said, you gotta just. This is how you approach media. Is really how you determine your own.
Do your own research. Follow the page if you're going to use social media. Follow a diverse amount. I get some of the stuff from social media, then I look it up myself. But they're good news sources to just get that headline from and then do the research yourself.
Exactly.
So, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, and we'll be back soon with more content.
Yes, sir.
Catch you guys later.
Peace.